We're live. Good morning,
Hello.
good afternoon, good evening. Good evening here in Canada.
Yes, it's currently 8:30ish.
Yeah, about
8
8:30 tonight.
8:35 p.m.
And yeah, we're coming at you from Alberta,
Yes, and
Airdrie.
there's still a bit of sunlight still here.
A little bit of
So
sunlight,
yeah,
yeah. So, we have been busy this weekend.
yes,
Incredibly busy. I think this is probably one of the busiest weekend I've ever done in my life,
yeah,
right? Um, Mel was busy as well, right?
yes,
Taking in some clients. And
yeah. I had clients yesterday and today. So working pretty much 8 hours yesterday, 8 hours today as well.
and
Yeah,
it's
it's tax season here in Canada. So a lot of clients are trying to get their taxes done by the due date, which is April 30th.
mhm.
So yeah, busy time.
Busy time indeed. So today I've attended a seminar, right? So it's for our community seminar, and we were tasked to bring some food. So I was cooking all morning, and we were also serving all afternoon.
Yeah.
The kids really enjoyed it because they're able to meet up with their friends, and they're able to play with their friends.
Yes.
So
So Leejay was a single dad yesterday and today.
yeah, for 2 days. Really appreciate
Yeah.
the challenge, right? And I kept thinking to myself, like, I only do this once or twice, possibly in my lifetime, right?
Yeah.
But other people actually have this all their lives, right? Raising
Yeah.
their kids alone, and it's tough, right?
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
so I like this kind of challenge, right? Just to remind myself how lucky I am,
Yes. To have
especially
me.
to have Mel, right? To have a
Yeah.
wife and to have
To have
beautiful.
some to work with.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you know, to take care of the kids with.
That's right.
Right.
So today's 90-day challenge, we're going to talk about a very interesting topic, and Melissa was the one who actually
Yeah.
picked this topic, right? And
Yeah,
what is
we were supposed to talk about
something
another
else?
topic,
Yeah,
and I'm like, oh, I have nothing to share about that.
right. But this time we're going to talk about a particular question instead,
Yeah,
right?
it's something personal to us, right?
Mhm.
And actually, I'm interested on what Leejay has to say.
About it,
Yeah.
right? What does it say? What does okay? So
So,
the
what the question is, what does personal success look to you?
personal success, it is a loaded question. I mean, I can probably go on and on for hours about um, depicting or giving you a picture of a person's success to me, right?
Yes.
Because ever since I came to Canada, that's been my pursuit, right? Is to be so successful that I'm able to do the things that I really want, right? One of the things that I really wanted when I was a kid was actually to be a pilot, and and all all high school in the Philippines, right? Between maybe the age of 13 all the way to 16 years old, I've always thought about being a
Being a
pilot,
pilot.
right? And I love that. I remember having daydreams where, not even daydreams, like before I sleep, I imagine myself in a cockpit and like, buttons and, and actually lifting or not lifting off, but taking off, right? And you see, imagine it landing as well and everything.
Yeah.
And all throughout high school, I played this game called Microsoft Flight Simulator, and I think that's the closest way for me to experience my dream as a pilot.
Mm-hmm.
All I could think of is I wanted to be a pilot, right? And that and um, that's an interesting career, because when I graduated high school and I was looking into pilot school and actually flying a plane, it kind of like it scared me, right? It scared me, number one, for the cost, right? It's a lot of money. Number two is that to actually um, uh, get into flight school covered us, so I had to pay on my own pocket. And at that time, my family wasn't in the position, right, to do that. My dad were just recovering from a really bad business deal, right? And so, I was obliged, or I was forced to really work somewhere else, right? And then the dream of being a pilot kind of like faded away. I thought about, you know, studying for business, or starting my own business, right? Or study economics, something of that nature.
Yeah.
And so why am I doing with this? Well, to me, personal success really is something that's personal to one, right?
Yeah.
And now my dream really is one of my, I have, that's why, because of I have dreams. One of the dreams that I have now is to take my own private pilot license, right? My PPL.
Yeah.
Eventually, maybe buy a small plane, right? And travel all over Canada, the Mountain region,
Yeah.
or all over the United States, right?
Yeah.
With that small plane. And and to me, when I see that, I'm like, oh my gosh, I truly made it.
Yeah.
And possibly owning a house that has a runway in it, right?
Yes.
And that you can fly, planes, and something like that. But
Yeah.
that seems to be so far away, because obviously, like, owning one of these things is incredibly expensive, right?
Yeah.
And
And
it
it
seems
takes a
like
lot of responsibility.
it takes a lot of
You
responsibility. I
need to
mean,
learn.
I still
Like
have
it takes time to learn those kind of
Yeah.
things, right?
I still have my kids to raise. I have, I have other obligations that I need to do,
Yeah.
and that I can't just stop everything and take my pilot license, right? And all of these things really comes down to what do I value the most, and how I see success is, right? The way I look at success is something that you truly achieved against all odds.
Yeah.
Meaning, like, there are a ton of challenges, right? Obstacles, and more you take down, or to overcome these challenges, the more successful you're going to be. And I truly believe that God doesn't just bless you one way. When God blesses you, He will pour
He just
down
pours,
His blessing in all areas of your life,
Yeah.
right?
Not just on one thing.
Not just on finances, or not just on your health or your family, but all of it will be blessed, right?
Yeah.
And so, I still hold on to that dream that one day I might fly my own, right?
Yeah.
And the other dream that I have is, possibly owning a sailboat and sailing all, circumnavigate the globe, something like that, right? Something to really make you scared, right? To dream.
Yeah.
Because I feel that the more I have this kind of goal, this kind of dreams, the bigger things are gonna happen, right? And I always quote Les Brown in terms of setting a goal, and he said that shoot for the moon, and even if you miss, you land among the stars. And I don't mind landing among the stars.
Yeah.
I mean, if landing among the stars means you have a good health, you have a good family, supportive wife, beautiful home to live
Yeah.
in.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say beautiful.
Like going on vacation every now and then, and having kids um, go to their extracurricular activities, and
Yeah.
these are the things that really matters now, right? And as long as I dream bigger, as long as I aim for the higher, I know that somewhere on that line, right, we're gonna land um, on something better, right? So the idea of success to me is really like a complicated, um, not a complicated, but it's a complex reasoning in terms of how do I see myself successful? How do I see our family become successful?
Yeah.
I can't really talk to some other people on how does success look like to them. I mean, I speak to hundreds and hundreds of people, um, especially Filipino people trying to get into Canada and having their PR. I mean, that alone is success, right? So that alone, coming to Canada, studying here, or obtaining their permanent residency, that's already a success, right?
Yeah.
And and then from there, their lives are just going to be awesome because, if they can do that, right? All the other for themselves, I'm sure they're gonna achieve, right?
Yeah. So um, you guys can see our son in the back. Say hi, Albert.
Albert just minding his own business, doing his artwork,
Yeah.
so it's just really cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what about you? How do you?
Well, for me, yours is more like a dream, right? Yeah. For personal success, more to me is like a feeling of like satisfaction, like a feeling of being good about what you've done, like good about done something, right? That's personal success to me. And I think for me, personal success is to having that freedom to whenever or whenever there's a calamity somewhere, I want to be able to call somebody and be like, hey, can you transfer all these funds and can you help these people because I want them to have help, or I want to be able to be connected in the places in the world and have the ability to do and get things done. And I want to be able to help our church community, or just the full freedom to just really give. I think for me that's personal success, and the same thing not only for the community but also for our kids, right? Like I want to be able to have this future. They want to go to school, maybe they want to go to Harvard or
Whatever.
whatever school they want. I want to be able to tell them, and hey, you know what? Don't go to student loan. Everything is paid. Go focus on your studies. You don't have to think about everything that you need to spend. I want to be able to say that. I want to have that freedom for my kids to be able to choose the things that they want, not having to have debt, right? And just full freedom, like having to help out, success of looking back on what you did to other people, and it just makes you feel good. I think that is personal success to me, right? And you know and be able to help Leejay in what his dreams are. I want Leejay to go and fly the plane.
That'd be nice. Eh?
I want Leejay
Like
to go and sail the boat.
it'd be nice if like, okay, so this weekend we're going to Jamaica,
Yeah.
and you just hop into this little plane and start flying the plane, right?
Yeah, like I want Leejay to have a house that if he wants a house with a airport with an airport, right? Like with a landing strip of for the airplane that he bought, then I want him
That'd be
to
crazy
have
though,
that.
right?
And for the people who reach out to us that they need help from, maybe from the Philippines when they need help from their medicines, the
Mhm.
things that they need,
Hospital bills.
hospital bills. Like, we want to be able to
Just
to
give.
help,
Yeah.
just give. And that feeling like we're doing that now at a capacity,
Mhm.
right? Like, but can you imagine if you could just write a check to somebody who really needs it,
Right.
and be able to do that, not having to look in your bank account on what's gonna have left. That full freedom. Like, for me, that's personal success. That the people that you wanted to help, you've helped them,
Mhm.
right?
That's a very interesting thing to say, because that's the worst part is when people reach out and they need help, and your hands are tied, right? You can't help them, especially financially. And I've seen situations where it's a matter of life and death, right, for some people. And so, when you have this kind um, of allowing your resources to just flow, right, without even thinking about it, in terms of
Yeah.
um, what's the balance in your bank account. I think that's a
And also, the things that really bugs me is when we're in a church community, and a church would be like,
Mhm.
you know kind of announcing to everybody in the church, in the whole congregation, telling them that they don't have enough money to pay the bills for the month for the
Mhm.
church. And I want to be able to help them.
Right. Guys, things like this in this online community, right? The the descriptions that we're telling you actually happened already for a lot of people, and that's why we're able to dream this big. That's why we're able to see bigger pictures like this, because we know that it's possible. And I've seen millionaires in the past where they just write the check and they ask,
Yeah.
how much do you need, right?
Like,
And
it's
here's a
not
blank check.
about it's not about the money, right?
Mhm.
It's about the fact that you're able to help the people
Mhm.
who needs the money. I have seen other people who are doing so well, and they have helped communities, helped countries, cities.
They build
They
communities.
build, they build communities. They put children to school. They built communities who had calamities.
Mhm.
Help all these things. It's what the money can do to other people, right?
Right. So, personal success again is different for everybody, right? Could be a small thing, could be a big thing, could be bigger impact in the world, or it could just be a bigger impact for yourself. I mean, mastering oneself is all personal
Yeah.
success for other people. I mean, like I've heard, individuals that has problems internally, right? Could be their health, could be their way of thinking, right? Could be their relationships with somebody. Um, it's not just the money that people are gauged on how successful they are, right? It truly is a personal choice or personal depiction of how successful you are, right?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, life is short. I know it's cliche to say that, but it
Yeah.
truly is, right?
You can only do so much with
Mhm.
your life, and you know and for us, with Leejay and I think we just want to do as much as we can with whatever time left we have.
That's right.
And sometimes when other people compete with us, it doesn't matter anymore. It's
There's really no
like
competition, and
it's not the competition that we're
no, and
after.
one of my mentor
It's
mentioned to me that the only person that you have competition with is
Mhm.
who you are yesterday, right? And really is the perfect depiction of, of self improvement, right?
Yeah.
Or self success, right? Because if you can beat your high score from yesterday, it's all that matters, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter what other people have, because everybody has
Yeah,
different
everybody has different journeys,
journeys, right?
experiences.
Hmm.
And it's not about competition to us. Like, it's all about that personal success.
There is a book that's called "The Science of Getting Rich" by Wallace D. Wattles, and Wallace D. Wattles is one of the most controversial authors in the 19th century, because the book, or he wrote, Becoming Rich, and that it is scientifically proven, right? And that it's like a mathematical equation, and that if you follow this particular equation, you're going to be rich, right? And there's also a book, a company called The Science of Being Great, and that there's also a particular equation that you need to follow in order to be great, right? So he, explicitly said there that you know being rich really is a choice, right? Or being great is a choice, and right, the right um, uh, equation, right? You're really going to achieve it, right? It's just a matter of, are you willing to do it, right? So when it comes to competition, he also mentioned that um, being successful through competition can damage things, right? This can damage relationship, this can damage reputation, this can damage, and I'm not against competition at all. Like, I love friendly competition, sports and everything.
Yeah.
But when it means, what he means by competition is when you are really competing, right, to earn, or competing to to the more people create, the more bad things are going to happen in the world, right? Like, the more negative the world can be. But the more people become wealthy through creative, right, through creation, right, the better the world is going to be. And he said that, to be wealthy, to be truly wealthy, it is the matter of creating wealth through creative energy, not a competitive energy, right? And I think that's a great tie up to this particular subject we're talking about,
Yeah.
when it comes to self success. Now, imagine if all the people in the world, right, of people in the world really attain success through through creation, right? I think that's an incredible,
Yeah.
event, right, for all of us, for that to happen. But if people are getting wealth because of competition, there's always going to be heartaches, and there's always going to be relationship damaged, um, and stress, right? Imagine the stress that comes with it, right? Stress comes along with sickness, um, and I was talking to one of the nurse friends that I have, that we have, and he said that, you know he worked in this hospice, and whenever he asked, so people that's actually in the hospital, pretty much, they always say that, this life is short, that all the stress that they have. And imagine, this is a lawyer, right? Very successful lawyer, tons of money, right? And yet, he's there alone, right? Waiting to die, right? Caught cancer because of stress and overworked, um, and yet very, very wealthy, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it can cause unnecessary stress,
mhm,
when, like, for us, like, I don't think we get stressed too much.
not in that capacity.
Yeah.
We do have stress, right?
Yeah,
But
we
it's a
do
good
have stress.
stress,
It's
right?
like, yeah, it's like,
it's a good
I want to be
stress,
stressed.
right? It's a good stress, because if you're not stressed, then
Yeah,
what's going on, right?
but it's the good kind of stress. It's the kind of stress that you want to have. But the others, like competition, thinking about what other people think, I think that's a really bad stress.
Yes. Competition.
Competition with other people. Thinking about what
This one?
this person thinks or
Yeah.
what this person said in the back. I think that
Unnecessary
is very
stress, right?
unnecessary stress.
Good stress is when you're thinking about
Personal goals, and you're trying to work towards that
that's
goals.
right.
I
Yeah.
think
Or a
that's
skill you're trying to
Yeah.
achieve, right?
or you're learning on something.
Even
and
school
you
is a good stress, actually. If you go
Yeah.
to school, if you're taking certifications and all these things,
Yeah.
these are good stress, right?
Yeah. Or you're starting a new business. You're starting a new skill.
Yeah.
Something new to learn, right? That's a good
Managing
stress.
an online business,
Yeah.
right? Having fun with community members,
And
serving. These are all good stress.
yeah. Oh yeah, serving the community, serving the church, that's a good
That's
stress.
also good stress, right?
Yeah.
So, from being, from the topic of
Yeah.
personal success to stress,
To stress.
you know,
Yes,
yeah,
because it depends. Sometimes when you're trying to attain something, you could get stressed doing that, right? But it's the kind of stress that you want to have because you want to attain something.
exactly. Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, if you like what you're watching right now, give us a thumbs up,
Yeah.
and hopefully, you'll next time by having a comment, right? If you're
Yeah.
watching this,
Yeah.
um,
And let us know what topics you'd like to talk about. You'd like us to talk about. If you have any questions, personal life or business life,
right.
we'll be happy to
Exactly.
answer.
And if you guys are still looking and researching what kind of online business you want to start, right? Look no more. We've done all of that for you. We've done all the research. We've done all the scouring in the internet. What kind of products? What kind of systems?
Yeah.
It's all here, right? So all you got to do really is to reach out to us. We'll send you a special link to watch the free webinar. If you can't watch the live webinar, you can watch the recording, right? Or you can check us out, leejaymelissa.com, or watch some of the videos that we've done in the past, some of the live videos that we've done in the past. All right.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's time for us, guys. Almost half
time
an
to
hour.
go.
Thanks
Half
a
an
lot
hour.
for watching. We're pretty much finished up with this week. We're just gonna do some reflections tomorrow,
Yes.
and we're gonna take a look at the next week of some awesome content or topics that we've had for you. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank
Take
you so
care.
much.
Have
Have
fun.
a great night and have a good morning.
Have a great
other
morning.
countries.
Great week. Right.
Yeah.
It's the beginning of the week. Have fun.
Take care. Bye.